Well, since we're on the subject of movies, let's go ahead and cap this podcast off the right way. The Batman came out Friday, March 4th, starring Robin Pattinson, Paul Dano, Colin Farrell, and the beautiful Zoe Kravitz. Johnnie! Your thoughts?
So you know what?
Hold on. How do we want to do this?
Because I was going to say, I want to hear your thoughts first.
Oh, you want to hear my thoughts?
I want to hear your thoughts first because so to our loyal listeners, y'all know Ralph and I have been going back and forth about this movie for the last 6 months.
A month.
It's been hellas. Will a movie be good? How can a movie be good? It's 3. When the runtime dropped, we had a whole debate about that. Like we've been dissecting this shit before it even came out. So, and Ralph has had his takes on this movie, which is why I want to hear his thoughts first because, yeah.
Oh, well, if you want to hear my thoughts, you already know that it confirmed what I've been saying. It was mid. The movie was mid.
What?
Mid. It was totally unnecessary. A whole hour of the film was unnecessary.
What? Wow.
I was not moved.
Wow. That is interesting.
The Riddler had no substance whatsoever.
Wow. And from Ralph's standpoint, a movie is only as good as its villain.
Yep.
Wow.
Paul Dano is the Riddler. It's like he was trying. Let's get
let's get there. We should.
This is the thing, and I don't like about Hollywood. Right? They try to chase success of what's already worked, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it's obvious. When I saw that Paul Dano was trying to be the Joker and Bane in the same time, I was like, the planning and everything was very reminiscent of what the Joker did. And I'm not saying the Riddler isn't smart because the Riddler is one of the top tier psychological villains of Batman. Like he fucks him up every time. I get it. But I felt like he was doing what the Joker did in Dark Knight. All right, cool. And then like what he was doing with his voice was very reminiscent of what Bane was doing. And I wasn't trying to sit in there and be like, oh, he's doing that. No, it was obvious to me.
Wow.
So the Riddler was very forgetful, honestly.
That is insane. So
and then Robert Pattinson as Batman, he was okay. I think that with we know that Batman in year 1, year 2, he's struggling with his superhero origin, but it felt like he wanted to be Batman more than he actually acknowledged being Bruce Wayne.
Well, that's the point. Like in year 2, I imagine in year 1 he's struggling between the two, but in year 2 he's leaning more into being Batman, and the fact that he has the Riddler as the main villain in year 2, or whatever, however you want to look at that, because he's killing all these people like the way he is. He has to be Batman more than Bruce Wayne. Like we only got like a few scenes with Bruce Wayne anyway, which I thought was fire. So
he was literally Batman the entire film.
Yeah. So if you can't tell, I thought this movie was phenomenal. Like the whole 3 hours, like I thought it was great. And I remember saying that this movie, because it's 3 hours, has to be plot driven, which it was. Very methodical. Did I say that right? Very methodical, and realizing that the Riddler was actually making Batman do everything for him was dope to me. And I understand. Wait. Okay. I understand why you're making the comparison between the Riddler and the Joker. I get it. And I actually thought about this during the movie. But the difference between the two is the Joker just does things out of pure chaos. Like there's no meaning behind it. It's just doing it. With the Riddler, it's all methodical. There's a reason for it. And we kept seeing the reasons throughout this movie. That's the difference.
I like the plot of what was going on as far as like the twist, like Selena Kyle is the mob boss's daughter. I like that. Like it's certain twist in there, but it was like it can get slow, real slow at times. You don't think that?
I didn't think. I mean,
shit. Are you serious? Like
you don't? Do you not think this movie was well acted?
Oh no, there's too many good actors in there for it to be bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think the actors made the scenes worth watching.
This is
that
the thing,
didn't
right?
feel long.
Hollywood lets directors just do whatever they want with films, and rightfully so, it's their film, right? But when the director is not allowed to leave anything on the cutting room floor, that definitely dilutes what the movie is. 3 hours, what did we really get to? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a lot for what?
What I think this Batman movie shows that not many other Batman movies have shown, maybe the Dark Knight trilogy, is the struggle and the true struggle of Bruce Wayne and Batman. Like he's so deep into being Batman that Bruce Wayne doesn't even matter. And I think Robert Pattinson was really able to show that. That man didn't smile once in this movie, not one time. And I think he acted it really well. It wasn't even a lot of action in the movie.
Maybe that's what it is too, because that shit was slow.
But I was okay with it though, because of the actors, how they acted, and the plot of the movie. Like it's not an action movie. It's not an action movie.
No, it's not.
It's not an action movie. But I was okay with that.
I'm not giving this movie that much credence. It was alright.
That's insane. Wow.
It was that was a rough watch. It was a rough watch. In the middle of the day.
I was not. I swear to God, I was not expecting you to just come here and say that. Wow.
And I like Colin Farrell as a Penguin. Like I wasn't like necessarily sitting on that. I was just like I would have liked to see Jonah Hill, but whatever. That's water under the bridge. Whatever.
Oh yeah, I thought about that during the movie too. I really can't. I cannot see Jonah Hill in that Penguin. I personally, I can't see.
Yeah, it was more of a literally a mob boss, and I'm thinking like more of what Danny DeVito did, and that's probably why I was thinking of what Jonah Hill could bring to the character.
Damn.
Like, cause that Penguin is not what we just saw.
I know there is absolutely no way I could get you to watch this again.
Oh no, I'm not.
But
I'm not.
I should have mentioned like. I should have mentioned to you to go into the movie not thinking about the other movies.
I can't help it when shit be popping up in my face like that.
Oh my God!
I went in here with a clear thought, and then about an hour and a half, I'm like, whoo, what are we doing?
Man, I like the movie like got straight. There was no opening credits. It was the Batman, and then the shit just. Well, I don't even think we said spoiler alert, but anyway, this shit, like if you don't know by now,
that's what I thought.
Wow, this is insane.
This not even a troll. Like I just
I see the genuineness.
I literally got nothing else for this film.
Wow.
And I feel like he struggled more so me and Bruce Wayne, and I feel like.
But I think that was the point.
No.
Oh,
let me finish. I think he struggled more with being Bruce Wayne than actually being Batman, right? Like you struggled more being who you already were. You know what I'm saying? Like you're already Bruce Wayne, right? But when it comes to being Batman, I'm gun ho. I'll put the collar on. All right, I'm out here in these streets. Like I'll do whatever needs to be done. And I feel like he really didn't struggle like with the Riddler toward the end, right? Like I mean, I guess because the clues, like it felt like. In other Batman ideations, right? It just felt like the villain always had the upper hand. Like, I mean, the Riddler was literally a serial killer, right? And all the clues that he had, he did whatever was to get Batman to do this to get him to kill Falcone, right? So I think it just felt like I don't feel like he really, I don't know. It felt like Batman was so like, I don't know, for him to be a year in, he's just like, damn, he's that smart. Like he didn't struggle. Like I'm thinking about other origins, right? It just felt like Batman struggled a little bit more. He wasn't that.
But it's not an origin though.
Okay, well, year in. All right, cool.
2 years in.
All right, so 2 years in. All right, cool. He's great. All right. The movie's not all right. It's okay to me. It's not that good.
Wow, that is interesting. I thought the movie was great. So damn, I guess it won't even matter for me to ask you what you think should happen in the sequel.
I mean, it's clear they setting up the Joker. Woo, another Joker. Like I'm not
now. I'm with you here. We don't need that. And so I actually read something where the director Matt Reeves, if I'm not mistaken, said that that's just a scene at the end of this movie. Like that's not setting up the Joker or anything like that. So cool. I'm thoroughly happy about that.
That's cool.
No more Jokers, especially since we getting a Joker 2. Like, no, thank you. No, thank you.
I'm good on y'all playing Jokers.
What I'll also say is, I think this variant of the Batman should be its own clearly it's gonna be a trilogy. But this should be its own standalone trilogy. I don't want to see Superman. I don't want to see no other DC superheroes.
I don't think they will. And then this the other thing too. I was like, well, I know Gotham is just like this fucked up place, but it's like the sun didn't shine that one time.
It rained the whole movie. That was
the
crazy.
whole movie.
That was crazy.
I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, God damn.
That was crazy. But I mean, the movie took place over the span of like two months or like a month and a half or something. Because the beginning of it, like the first murder was on Halloween. Yeah. Because they mentioned that. And then toward the end of the movie, I think he wrote it's like November 6th or something.
It was like election day.
Shit. So that's only like 2 weeks. Movie took place over 2 weeks. So, I mean, I can't remember if Gotham was supposed to be modeled after Chicago or New York.
It's like a combination of both. Because I mean, you had Gotham Square Garden.
Yeah. So if you think about the shit look like Times Square.
Yeah.
Times Square. So if you think about it, they're in a winter month, winter month. So it's gonna be cold, rainy type thing. So
come on, man. It snowed in the Dark Knight, man. They had sunlight.
This ain't the Dark Knight. This is the Batman.
Yeah, and it's not that good either. Oh my
God, I cannot. But this is insane. I really didn't think you was gonna come here and say that. I
enjoyed the acting.
That's why he didn't text me about it. That's crazy.
Because I didn't care. It wasn't when I left. It wasn't shit to text about. Like I was just like, I watched the Batman film. Like it wasn't like I don't think this is like top tier.
Because usually after like whoever typically he goes sees these movies first because he goes on opening night. So he'll text me, hey. This is dear, like we did that shit with Spider-Man. So, because I knew he saw it yesterday afternoon before I did, and when I got out, I still didn't have a text. I
had nothing,
and I didn't even think nothing about it. I'm thinking he probably just.
I'm not saying the movie is trash. Like people gonna be like, oh, like, no, it's just okay. It's not anything special to me. That's all it is. Like it's just another Batman film. And that's the thing. I enjoy murder, suspense, and all that shit. But this was just like. I have a thing when the movie is too long. It's like you could have cut out 30 to 40 minutes, and I swear this shit would have been better.
I don't agree with that.
A lot of that, like we didn't really need none of that stuff with Alfred. Like I'm not saying the way he got blew up. It was just like a lot of dialogue with Alfred that was not necessary.
Excuse me. I disagree.
Oh, so the whole 2 hours and 55 minutes was necessary for this film.
Necessary? Yes. Nope. Okay. I'm gonna say yes, only because I feel like if you take out between 20 and 40 minutes, it becomes a different film, and then it feels rushed. That's me though. I liked Batman / Bruce Wayne's dialogue with everyone in the film. Mm-hmm. The only I guess issue I had with this movie was the casting of Carmine Falcone, like the person that played Carmine.
Really?
Yeah. So like, I don't know the actor's name. I don't know his real name, but I've seen him in other things. Yeah. He's a funny guy, and him as Carmine didn't really hit me like that. But that's me though. I could be nitpicking, but that's me. But other than that, Batman's interaction with everybody in this movie I thought was great. Even down to the, I don't think he really interacted, but the lady that ran for mayor, like I even liked her little small role in it.
Well, he didn't interact with her as Batman that much.
Oh, right, Bruce Wayne, at the funeral scene, right. So, yeah, I thought this movie was great.
I don't know, man. It's just like he went to that club about 3-4 times. I was just like.
And then he went one time as Bruce Wayne.
I know
to talk to Carmine.
You see how much time, how much stuff.
Do you know who I am?
But you know how much stuff we had to go through. I'm like, man, come on, man. God damn.
But the more clues he got about what was going on, the more times he had to go back and talk to him. And with Carmine being killed, now the Penguin is going to become the super villain Penguin now.
That could have happened in the film. We didn't need the Riddler. That was the case.
Nah, we did. The Riddler is more of a top tier villain than the Penguin is.
Oh, I agree with that. I agree with that. It's just I don't know. He really didn't do nothing for me, man.
That is interesting. Wow, I promise I wasn't expecting that.
So you like the Riddler?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was cool. I think maybe it's because you're comparing him to the Joker.
I'm not comparing. He's not. He's okay. He's just mundane. He's not even like sinister or anything. Like
because he look like a nerd.
No, Jim Carrey was a nerd.
He ain't look like that though. He ain't look like this one though.
Jim Carrey was like you seen him when he was like before he became the Riddler. He was a fucking nerd with a lab coat.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, man. Like he had a smock on. Like that's funny. But it's just like he did nothing for me.
Interesting.
Nothing.
Interesting.
But like you called me out on my consistency. If the villain ain't smacking, I got.
Oh no! Listen, I hear what you're saying. I can't believe it. I am flabbergasted.
I'm not saying the movie's trash because I have trashed movies before. You heard me talk about Black Widow?
Yeah. Oh, I was there. I was sitting right here.
Oh, okay.
No, but why? Wow. Well, I thought this movie was great.
Like great, like Spider-Man: No Way Home, great, right?
I won't put it that high. Like if Spider-Man: No Way Home is a 10, I'm putting the Batman at like an 8.
I can see your ranking on that, but well, where do you put this in like the all-time Batman films? Like I know it's above.
Oh, it's up there.
I know it's above Batman and Robin and Forever for sure.
It's definitely up there. It's what 8? It's 8 in total, I think.
Something like that.
8 Batmans total.
Is it 8?
I think so. You got Batman Returns, the Batman and Robin, Batman Forever,
then
Dark Knight trilogy.
Mm-hmm. You don't count Batman and Superman, nothing like that.
No, because those not solo Batman. So that's 8.
Okay.
So this is 9. Shit, I say definitely top 4. I have to sit down and think more, but I definitely say top 4.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Okay, so I definitely got to hear the masses. What do y'all think? Because I was not expecting this at all. I promise you, I wasn't.
I think a lot of people been caping. It's okay. That movie's all right.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, we about to talk about this more off mic.
Listen,
that's
my
nuts.
point stands. I have nothing else for this film.
Wow. Well, okay then. I'm really at a loss for words because I wasn't expecting it.
This is not Ralph trolling. Like I swear to you.
Oh no,
like,
I know that.
I can be in the if this is a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes, let me be in the 8. Let me be in the 8. It's nuts.
Well, damn. Wow. Because I was definitely I feel like this is the greatest two superhero movie run that we've had in a long time.
Oh yeah.
Which is going to get snapped by Morbius because I don't think Morbius is going to be that good. But then we get Doctor Strange and
but it's so crazy, right? My only knock on the film, I feel like it's a lot of fluff, and I feel like everything isn't needed. That's me. Mm-hmm. But if you're talking about actors, that movie is well acted. I
agree.
I don't really care about Robert Pattinson's Batman. I feel like anybody could have been him. Like I honestly, it felt like I was watching a Nirvana video. All right, cool. But
he got the jawline.
Yeah, he
got the jawline.
He's definitely channeling Kurt Cobain as Batman.
I remember 5 years ago, whenever they announced that Robert Pattinson was going to be Batman, I was like, oh no, that's trash. Because I immediately went to
Twilight.
I'm about to say Starlight. I immediately went to Twilight, but I think he did a great job. I think he did a great job in this movie.
He's kind of
like it could be because we didn't see him as Bruce Wayne that much. Now he's a great. I feel like he's a great Batman, but I don't know how great of a Bruce Wayne he would be.
And maybe that's what I'm looking at because I'm feeling like he's kind of like Keanu Reeves as far as acting. Keanu Reeves good when everybody else around him acts great.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Like I can isolate what's going on, man. Like, look, Jeffrey Wright is a god. Like we ain't gonna talk about Commissioner Gordon or Lieutenant Gordon. He's great. Colin Farrell, I shitted on you. You did your thing, my boy. Like you know what I'm saying. Like he did his thing. Like I take back what I said.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying. I said what I said did, but I had to see it.
And that's okay.
It's okay. And you did your thing, my boy. Zoe Kravitz. We ain't got to talk about that. We ain't got to talk about that.
All right, Zoe Kravitz. Mm-hmm. I think she did a great job in this movie. Mm-hmm. A lot of people mentioned or were upset that it seemed as if she was bisexual in this movie. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
So I don't think she was bisexual in this movie. I think she, like the young lady that got killed, like that was just her friend. Like that wasn't a sexual partner. It was just somebody that she was helping out. Now, yeah, on the phone she was like, "Hold on, baby, I'm on my way home," but I don't think it was anything like that. So I don't really think. I'm not.
You think they pulling the inclusion tag? I think she was. I thought she was bisexual, and then I was just like, oh.
I mean,
because on the, like you said, on the phone she was like, hey baby, and then she get home and I think they embrace and they kiss too.
I don't think they kiss. I mean, if she is, it don't matter. I'm just saying I didn't catch the part where she was. I can see how people could get that confused, but I didn't think she was. But if she is, cool, whatever, turn up. She left anyway. Drove off to the sunrise.
My wokeness, even with the turban, right? I watch me. Like the fact that Selena Kyle is a biracial child, right? Clearly, right? And then her daddy's Italian. Like I guess they had to justify Selena being biracial in the film. Is that me doing too much? Or that's just a good plot point?
Excuse me. I don't know. Look, cause see, I was like,
no, I'm trolling with that question,
funny.
But I was just like, oh.
I don't know. I ain't even thinking too. It was like, all right, Carmine's her dad, so
yeah. No, they, you know how it is when they come to these comic book films, or Star Wars and shit like that. You ain't supposed to be black. They probably mad at Jeffrey Wright, man. Jeffrey Wright act hella great. Like,
listen, Jeffrey Wright did an
like
amazing
now.
job.
I will say this: the MVP of the film to me, it's Jeffrey Wright, clearly.
Okay,
like I think like what he brought, like he's the balance. He's the balance. That's how I look at that.
I'm not mad at that. Actually, I think I agree with that. Actually, with Robert Pattinson coming in at a close second, only because I didn't expect him to be as good as Batman as he was. I thought he was great as Batman.
Like, I didn't see him being an action star, but when it comes to him being Bruce, we gonna see what happens.
Hey, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. Okay, so I guess to wrap this up, where do you see the sequel going? Like,
man, look, DC, Batman, Matt Reeves, whoever God bless. Like, I know that this is gonna get darker and grittier because it can't get no darker and grittier than that. And Batman having this bulletproof shit, that's crazy. I love it though.
Oh no, it was fine.
Like, this nigga catching buckshots in his chest and still getting up. I was like, all right.
Kevlar.
Did you notice like he put the Wakanda juice, the Black Panther juice in?
That's
what I'm like, what the hell? Like, hold on, man.
The herb.
It's like the orange-shaped herb. Put that shit in his ankle and he hopped up. I know it's probably adrenaline, but I'm
so glad you mentioned that. So it was green.
Yeah.
I personally think, and there was no other mention of this in the Batman, but I personally think that might be setting up Bane, because why else would he have something like that to put into his suit to make him stronger? Because the original Bane had a green serum that pumped directly into his veins to make him stronger. Not the Dark Knight Rises Bane, but comic book Bane and all that. So
would you want to see? Okay, now since we're talking about sequels, right? We gonna get to that. Would you like to see another character done in this universe that we've already seen previously, or somebody completely new?
Only. So I wouldn't mind seeing a character we previously saw, but not the Joker.
Okay.
Definitely not the Joker. I wouldn't be mad at a Bane, only because Bane is also somewhat in the vein of the Riddler, where he's very methodical.
He's one of the top tier villains.
Yeah. Not only is he thoughtful in his approach to attacking, he's also strong. So we also get a plot-driven movie mixed in with more action in a sequel. If Bane is the villain, we get more fight scenes.
Okay.
Now, they better not do no weak-ass twist like they did in Dark Knight Rises, where he was the understudy of Talia al Ghul. That shit, that pissed me off.
Okay. Well, let me say this before I kind of get off. This is still me talking about the film at large, right? And I'm thinking about my critiques of other origin films to trilogies. I kind of trash them, too. Because I always think the sequels get better. I think they get better over time. Like, remember we talked about Captain America? I was like, I really don't.
No. You really disapproved of the first Captain America. You did.
I was just
had to say disapproved.
I was just like, it was okay.
Real shit.
I really be like that.
And then I went to Soldier. And now my man was like, oh no, I see. I see the vision.
And look, when we get the Batman 2 or whatever we call it, the sequel, hey,
the Batman.
Right. If Matt Reeves finds a way to connect this in a beautiful way, I'll come back and say I'm wrong. But right now, it's currently constructed.
That's nut. I cannot. Wow.
People misconstrue men for trash.
Oh no, right? No, I agree. But still, even saying that,
like,
is surprising.
I know, right? I'm just not moved. Like, I'm not moved in the way that I've seen other films.
Wow. Well, I was moved. I thought it was great. Yep. I am not mad at this version of Batman, and also, like we were saying during the White Man Can't Jump conversation, this is the Batman for a new generation. Like, we had the Michael Keaton Batman from 89 and 92. Yeah. We had the Val Kilmer, George Clooney Batman, which were in the late 90s. The late 90s. Yeah, then we had the Dark Knight trilogy in the early 2000s. Yeah. So the Dark Knight Rises came out in 2012. This is 10 years later. Mm-hmm. So this is a whole new Batman for a new generation.
And think about it like this: this Batman is actually present day.
Right. They mentioned social media. Man was on the dark web, had 500 followers. Like, this is the Batman for the current generation. So I get it. And Batman is one of those characters that you will be able to reimagine. Let's just say reimagine as the generations go on, as we see. Yeah,
it gets darker and darker.
So
I don't know if it can get no darker than this, because this is good. Like I said, we only seen something like when him and Catwoman kissed. Like, that's always how I see something
when they
like
drove
this
off into the sunrise, like separate motorcycles.
I'm like, this is a bitch.
Nah, you right.
And then the post credit scene wasn't even the post credit scene. I stayed that long for nothing.
Oh, so this is what I do. When the credits start rolling, I Google, hey, is it a post-credit scene for this movie?
I did that.
Oh. But what I found, it just said there's no actual scene, but the website comes up. So.
Well, that YouTuber I told you about, like, they said post-credit scenes. So I was like, okay, I know it's one. Yeah. So I'm just, and then I seen that damn question mark pop up. I was like, hold on, wait, that's it? Wait, no. Left.
Yeah, I was out of there. And
I should have knew something. Everybody else left. I was like, no, y'all don't know. Like, y'all don't know. Like, nah, y'all know how this goes. Like, y'all supposed to stay.
That's funny. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Man,
yo, that's insane. I am still, like, at a loss. I cannot believe this. Wow. But, it's all good, though. Yeah, still, man. My guy.
Yeah, man.
So